NMLS number 758-195. Call toll free for credit costs and terms.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to the beginning of a new way of living. It's Younger Life.
I kind of
good posture
thought
today.
that you were like standing up. I'm like, are you standing up since you're about this big?
Oh, listen to you. Whatever.
Welcome to Younger Life Live. I'm Rick Federici.
I'm Mary Anthony.
You know I'm only kidding.
I know.
I think you are like a breath of fresh air.
Oh.
I love the energy. You walk into the building and you're just always so happy. And I
I'm
like
raring
that
to go.
In my life, you are a positive force.
Thank you. You too. I
Thank
love
you.
that. I needed it. It keeps me going.
Look,
Good.
I got in my hand. I got a stress ball.
I saw. Were you
know-
having a stressful morning? I came in and saw that sitting
Oh.
right next to you, and
It
thought,
has been
it must
crazy.
be. I heard about the accident, which
Yeah.
is, I mean, thankfully not your accident, but
No, but a
bad
big
car
accident. Yeah,
Mhm.
which really on the radio side of my life was just crazy. And the local LaPorte County Sheriff's Office, Mike Helms to be exact, and all the officers of different communities helping out. But the strange thing is the way that the vehicle ended up on the pole knocked the electric out in the area, which
Yeah.
then turned it into a four-way stop. And it's insane. And because it's so bad, it's going to be a full day. And of course,
Terrible.
locally here in LaPorte, Indiana, the area near 35 and Johnson Road is a heavily used area.
It is.
and,
I
it's
come that
gonna be
way when
wicked.
I come through LaPorte, and today was one of the days that I did.
Don't
so.
shout, reroute. Oh!
Yeah.
It is going to be great. Sanders, our executive producer, of course, and we've got a really cool show lined up today. You know, it is basically National Drinking Week. You know, drinking good stuff,
No,
right?
drinking well water, not drinking. We're not just.
No.
That's what you said. National Drinking Week. Really? No, that's a whole different show.
It is.
Yes. No.
I can see the
National
LaPorte
Drinking-
Hospital crew going, Federici.
They're cringing. No, that's certainly not what you meant. I don't. It's
Well,
funny.
you never know. After this morning and yesterday, it's been insane. You are absolutely right. To celebrate National Drinking Water Week,
Yes.
we here at Younger Life know that great stuff. Let's talk a little bit. We got some great guests coming up
Right.
today.
We're going to be speaking with Cindy from the LaPorte County Health Department about a great program they have going on right now in honor of National Drinking Water Week. About water testing kits.
Yes.
You know, for well water. We're speaking about well water today. So yesterday how I joked about it was about wells and about wellness. It's
Look
about
at-
well water.
And it was just, she did it just like that, where she was like, well, and wellness, with our new intern, Jackie, who's joined us.
Yes, she's
which
great.
Is absolutely phenomenal. You know, one of the other things to tie that into the national and international perspective, truly water from a health perspective, they talk about how drinking water several times a day, water in general, very good for the body,
Oh,
good
absolutely.
for the health.
I mean, you know, you want to talk about all of these documentaries that we've referred to as far as towards healthier living
Yes.
and eating and exercise, everything. You know, we're made up of so much water. We need the water. Our body
Agreed.
needs it. And, you know, not near enough people drink enough water. I'm one of them. I know how much water I'm supposed to be drinking, and I drink a lot of water, but I still
do
know
now.
that I don't get, I believe it's 8-ounce glasses of water a day is the recommendation.
Are
So.
you pretty much on that path? You, your
I think
children,
that
your husband? I think I'm
we
pretty
all
close.
drink a lot of water.
Yeah, so do we at our home.
But I don't know that we drink that much. I think
Right.
there are some days where I'll intentionally fill up, you know, like the plastic water bottles
Sure,
or something
yeah,
that you know you buy that you know how many ounces are in them. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'll fill those up. And some days I drink them like it's nothing. And other days I think, oh my, I mean, I've barely drank any of that water, you know?
I
and
agree
I think,
with
my
you on
goodness,
that.
it's just easy to get kind of, you know, up in it. And I know that they say, you know, it's a busy day, so you don't think about it. I know they say coffee goes towards that, but there's nothing like a good old glass of water. And I have to say, we do have well water. And our water is amazing. Our water tastes like...
So I was going to ask you, well, people, when you just said you have well water, first thing that comes to my mind, and you were just going to say it, I think, does it taste okay?
Well, you know, you automatically think, oh, it could be, you know, it's going to have something wrong with it.
Right.
But because a lot of well water has high iron or rust and, you know, stuff like that in it, ours doesn't for whatever reason.
So it actually tastes real good.
It tastes like bottled water. I mean, you know, you get it really good and cold, and that is the number. We live in a small house, and there's a lot of us. We always joke that is going to be the one thing we miss if we ever really move, is our water is so good.
What a great excuse there,
you know,
Mary
it's
Anthony,
funny.
to
Everybody
stay.
said, come, they'll get a glass of water, and gosh, this is good water. I mean, it's just very
refreshing.
pure. I don't know. You know,
Does it
very
come out
good.
actually cold? Or is
Well,
it
yeah,
just...
if you turn on the cold, I mean, it's
Oh,
good and
okay,
cold. You know what I
you're
mean? It's not, it's very, it's
Rick
like,
C is for cold.
yeah, it's really cold if we let ours run. It's very good. We've actually had our water tested, though. You know, there can be lots of stuff in well water, and Cindy will kind of help us out with
Yeah,
that a little bit
absolutely.
more. But, you know, we've had ours tested a couple times. And
Still going back to what I said.
about drinking week. It's funny. What are you thinking about this morning? No, I know. That's funny. So she's going to be calling in from the health department in the next couple minutes.
Yeah, and I wanted to throw this out there to you too. Something that you could try in your family, and we're all about here at Younger Life, trying new things or just taking a step in that right direction at home for breakfast. If your child maybe has something that maybe isn't so healthy, sample it with water. Same thing with at dinner time. Don't drink the pop.
snacks.
Don't drink the junk. Try the water. You'll be pleasantly surprised. And there's a lot of times where and I'm going to say this, where I'm hungry, but I'm on the road between events or gigs or whatever. And I'm like, I'm really hungry or whatever. I'll drink a water, and at least, I don't want to use the word fill me up, but it'll suppress me being super hungry until I can get to that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, again, a lot of times our body, we think we're hungry when we're really just thirsty.
You're right.
Dehydration it's one of the number one things you read in all of these different health magazines and fitness things. They say all the time, you know, you should be making sure you're drinking a lot of water, because when you reach for a snack, a lot of times your body's just actually thirsty, and you just don't know it, because by the time you feel thirsty, or you know, you're super overheated and you think, oh, your body's already dehydrated a little bit. So it's definitely important. And it's important to make sure you're drinking clean water and good water.
I'm with you on that, especially with like the Flint stuff that's going on right now.
I know. That's what I was going to say. So much. Now I realize that isn't well water. That was city
I agree
water.
too, but it's still
It
the water
is.
issue.
And you know, it's a good idea. I think water testing is something that maybe not everybody even considers. You don't think about it unless there's a problem. You know what I mean? Or unless you hear of these other problems. So I'm excited for her to join us and kind of give us a little bit of idea if this is only this time of year we can do this, or if it's any time of year. And, you know, I've already had a few ideas of things that, I want to make sure I ask her. I know, like I said, we've had our water tested, so I'm not concerned about it.
And I want to throw this out there. You know, the free screening kits that we're going to talk about. We're going to have addresses for you. We actually have it up already, some of the information out there. So we'll give you insight. So get your pens, get your papers ready.
Yeah, and if you do have any questions, call us,
we'd
and
love
we
to
can
have
always
you on.
ask her. I do want to ask her how often, you know, like I said, we've had ours tested. Does that mean we never have to have it tested again? Or is that something you should do yearly or every few years? Or I don't even know. I think I
agree.
heard her.
That's right. Speaking of it, right on cue. Here with Younger Life, it is Rick Federici, Mary Anthony. We go to the Star VIP hotline this hour, brought to you by LaPorte Hospital with all things healthy and young. Let's go to the live line. Hi, and welcome to Younger Life. Who's this?
This is Cindy Ebert at LaPorte County Health Department.
Good morning. Good morning, Cindy.
Cindy, we were just raving about you because we are...
And I missed it.
Oh, darn it. We'll have to send you a copy of the show. For those folks that are out there listening to the radio property, Girard Media's WIMS AM 1420, you all also could see us right now on YouTube.com, and we've got the live streams going. So tell us a little bit, if you wouldn't mind, Cindy, about yourself and what you do with the LaPorte County Health Department, please.
Well, I started at the health department 11 years ago. I'm the only person working in the water laboratory, so I'm considered the director of the water laboratory.
Sweet.
What do I do here? We test the beaches in the summer. We get a grant from the Indiana Department of Environmental Management. We have a section of the beach that runs through Long Beach, Sheridan Beach, Doolin Beach. We test like 6 different spots for E. coli. We do well water testing for anybody that has a private well and anybody that's on like the public water systems that are required to do coliform and E. coli confirmation testing for their well that serves the public. Any of the pools and spas that are open to the public are required to test their pool and spa for heterotrophic bacteria and coliform and E. coli once a week
Wow.
in our county.
And you run all of
You're
those?
like, why? You need a
do,
raise.
do you ever have a break? I mean, that's a lot.
It's a lot in the summer, with all the summer pools that are
Right.
opening. Yeah.
Wow.
We also do certified nitrate for public water systems. We recently were certified with the state of Indiana. We are the only certified lab for nitrates in LaPorte County. That was a tough one for me, but I think there's in health departments in the state of Indiana, county health departments, I believe there's only 4 that have a water laboratory.
Really?
So we're pretty proud of our water lab.
Do we specifically, because of being right here on the lake and stuff, I mean, is that why we make sure that's a priority for our health department?
Well, I think that's why they opened the water laboratory back in the, I think it was the late 80s, early 90s, and it was for testing of the lake, I believe.
Okay.
All right, so I have to tell you, and we'll delve into the other side, because on the radio side of life and all those folks that come into our backyard, literally the tens of thousands of people that come up and down our lakefront, what you guys do for us and us being able to get the word out there, you cannot put a price tag on that because it is such awesome information. And so hats off to you and the team on so many levels. Seriously, it is such great info.
We feel that way.
It's honestly. And so we're celebrating National Drinking Water Week.
Correct. National Drinking Water Week is actually the first week in May every year. Unfortunately, we don't celebrate that week because it's always election week. So we're closed in the middle of the week, so we kind of move it to like the whole month. So we usually start the second week of May and celebrate it throughout the month. So every year we offer a free water test, and we try to educate homeowners that have private wells that they're responsible for what's inside of their well.
How does this all work? Because, there's a lot of folks out there, and when we had mentioned that we were going to have you on there, I think people are like, they love the education. Education is knowledge, and the knowledge is power for everybody, no matter what age you are. So if you wouldn't mind, can we start from square one?
Sure.
So we have these wonderful well water screening kits. At the end of our dialect today, folks, we're going to have some addresses and phone numbers for you. So get your pens and papers ready, and feel free if you want to chime in and call with questions or whatever. We would love that. Talk about what is in the well water screening kits, and then kind of give us our education that we would need, because this is great.
Okay, so in the past, we've just done like a coliform test, E. coli confirmation test that I had done inside of the laboratory myself.
Okay.
But with the cost of that, in comparison, I actually found this in-home water testing kit that we were able to purchase at a low cost and then hand these out instead. So you're getting 10 tests versus 1 test.
Wow.
And inside the test, you're going to test for bacteria, and it's going to be the coliform bacteria. So if you do get a positive in this bacteria, I would recommend calling me and working out something to get an additional test done.
Okay.
To cover the E. coli portion, just to make sure that we get all of the bacteria covered. There's also a lead test. There's a pesticide test that it covers 2 of the most popular pesticides, which is atrazine and simazine.
Okay.
A copper test, iron test, total nitrate and nitrite, a nitrite, a pH, total hardness, and total chlorine.
Could
You're getting 10 tests versus one that we used to offer.
Wow.
And these are things, because a guy like me going, wow, these are some of the words you're saying. It's kind of like going to church and then they're using all the big names, and, during
I
the
think
readings.
it sounds more like science class.
It's
Where
like,
I'm going.
wow.
Let me think back.
Okay, so basically the EPA recommends a homeowner who has a well
Okay.
to test their well once a year for bacteria.
Oh, that was one of my questions. Once a year.
Once
okay.
a year for bacteria, and then every 3 years for nitrates. Nitrates are a byproduct of ammonia. We're in a farming community.
Right.
A lot of fertilizer. It also can come from if you live close to like a feedlot, like it could come from manure. So,
Oh, okay.
I could go into what nitrates are because
Yeah,
a lot
please.
of people, that's their questions. So,
Yeah. Right,
okay,
right.
so nitrates is a byproduct of ammonia. So when you ingest nitrates, the normal flora in your gut breaks it down to nitrite.
Okay.
And the nitrite competes with the oxygen in your blood cells. So
Wow.
if you've ever heard of blue baby syndrome, that's what it is. It's a nitrite that's competing with the blood, oxygen in your blood cells,
Wow.
red blood cells, and depleting your oxygen.
That's terrible.
So if someone had,
that is scary.
if someone has that in their water, would that be a red flag, for lack of a better word? If you saw that come up, would you then at that point have to do further tests? And I know that's a general question, but I'm just trying to educate
So
the
if you have
audience.
nitrates in your water, you don't want to boil your water because that's just going to concentrate it.
Wow.
You want to get a reverse osmosis system, and that's really what. If you have any kind of like lead, nitrate, nitrite, and I believe that'll even take some bacteria out as well. So you would
Okay.
just install that under your kitchen sink because that's where you're going to be consuming water mostly.
Okay, that was one of my questions. Should we panic if there's a positive result?
Never panic.
Okay. And
Never panic. 'Cause if you get a positive bacteria, if it's positive for coliform, that's common. It's a common thing to get into your well because a lot. Okay, so if you have a high iron, there's a bacteria called iron-reducing bacteria, and they just kind of thrive and they make their own little community in this slimy little mess.
okay.
And if that's the case, you just chlorinate your system, and that should take care of the problem.
Okay.
If you get a positive coliform, we look and say, okay, if it's positive for coliform, E. coli is a coliform, so we take it a step further, and our testing allows us if it's a color change. So if it's a color change, then we put it under a UV light, and if it fluoresces, that tells us that there's E. coli there. So you don't want E. coli.
Certainly not.
If you get E. coli, you want to stop consuming your water. There's a different ways that you can go about this. Stop consuming the water. You want to chlorinate your system, but you want to investigate
Okay.
because E. coli in your well is not. It's telling something's getting inside of your well, whether it be a cracked casing, a cracked seal, or your seal's not right on your wellhead.
Okay.
Could be a failing septic nearby.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I guess one of my questions is so if you get this kit, you test your own water, you'll be able to see the results yourself. Is that right?
Yes.
And then
Yes.
any positive result, are our listeners, are we able to contact you at the health department for guidance to go further, or where do we contact for any sort of positive result?
Well, you can always call if you have any questions regarding this, but there's a lot of instructions here, and
Okay. That come with it, you mean?
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
the last couple of years I've done this. They're going to fill out a card. What
I
they're going
see.
to do, they're going to get a self-addressed postcard, and you put your name, address on there, and your results, and then that tells us, okay, there's a problem. We'll give you a call. We'll
Okay.
give you a call and give you some advice.
I think that's amazing, especially knowing these are free. Could you give us the dates that these are free from?
Sure.
And
we started handing them out Monday, and they'll go until we don't have any left. So we purchased 250.
Wow.
We have half of them here in the LaPorte office. We're on the 4th floor of the county complex behind the courthouse in LaPorte. The others are over in the Michigan City office, and their address is, I don't have that in front of me.
Which one are you looking for?
Michigan City.
I got
the
that.
address.
302 West 8th Street in Michigan City.
Yes.
Okay.
They can pick them up any time between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Okay. Are there requirements? Does someone need to meet a requirement?
Yeah. They need to be a LaPorte County resident.
Okay.
They must have a private well. We don't hand these out to realtors who are trying to get their testing. This is just an in-home screening test. So you just need to be a LaPorte County resident. When you come to pick them up, you can pick up if you have like a mother or sister or neighbor, but we're not going to give you any more than like 2 at a time. So you have to have a LaPorte County address and be a LaPorte County resident.
So you would need to present an ID of some sort, or
No.
Oh, okay.
Be honest.
I think that's fantastic. I mean, I think what an amazing resource for us just to have our own eyes opened, especially, I realize the Flint issue was, community water, whatever, but still there could be something in your water, and how easy and what a great time of year to do it when this is free.
Yes.
Now, if it was not during this particular time of year and someone wanted to test their water, are they able to contact you to purchase a screening kit?
Actually, this can be purchased online. I believe it's like $25. I'm not really sure. I think you can get it from Amazon. It's called Water Safe Well Water Test.
Okay.
They also have some for city water, but the city, if you're on city water, they do daily testing of
daily.
Yeah.
My.
Yes.
Yeah, someone was asking too. There was a text that came in on a side note, because you had mentioned, I don't think people realize this, that you guys are so encompassing when it comes to the lakes. How often do you guys test the water in the lakes for, we'll tell folks if you could swim or not swim and stuff like that.
Sure.
How often do you guys do that? Is that like a couple times a week or?
Okay, yes. For Lake Michigan, we are going to start testing the 23rd of May.
Okay.
So we do May through August, the whole month of August. So we test the Lake Michigan Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Oh, wow.
It's a 24-hour test, so we have results on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
That's awesome. How about the lakes then too? Like you guys do Pine Lake, Stone Lake, you do those
on
types
the inland lakes, we test them on Tuesdays and Thursdays, results on Wednesdays and Fridays. So we do a 3-tier system on that. If it's 235 and below, it's considered open. That's E. coli count.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask. If
it's 236 to 999 E. coli count, that's considered an advisory. So because we are testing and it's a 24-hour difference, the water could be different, but it's an advisory saying that it could be higher. So take precaution. And then if it's over 1,000 and above, then we close the beach.
I see.
Now, we don't police it, so we're not going to arrest you if you go in the water. We're just saying it's closed.
How long? So then obviously that would remain at a advisory level or closed level until the next testing occurs.
So say that we go out and we test it and our results the next day are for an advisory. We'll go out and we'll close it, or we'll move the sign to advisory.
Okay.
Now so we test on a Monday, Tuesday we have results, and we post advisory. We're going to leave it up there until we test it on Wednesday and then have results on Thursday. If the Thursday result is good, then we'll go out and we'll change it back to open.
I see. Okay.
If we have a result on Monday that's a closure, we'll go out, we'll change the sign to closed, we'll collect another sample because we want to get the beach open.
Of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We want it, at least an advisory or open. So we'll test it and we'll have results the next day.
Now, when you said advisory, the first time you said if there's an advisory, take precautions. Is there something we could do as a beachgoer to take precautions? What do we do?
If you're in the water, you should always scrub off or shower as soon as you get out of the water.
Right. Good point.
That is a
You don't
great
want to
point.
drink the water. If you do drink the water, you want to, kind of flush your water with fresh water.
Okay. Yeah, you see all those kids, mouthfuls of water.
Sure. I mean, yeah,
I cringe.
We all did it
I
as
know.
kids.
I
We
cringe.
all
I
did
have
it.
my own kids, and I'm constantly saying, "Get that out of your mouth! What are you thinking? It's dirty butt water. Don't do that." I mean,
yeah.
But I know. I remember doing the same. It's just
Well, and
funny.
it's how
I'm
you
just,
swim and how you jump
Of
in.
course.
Right.
I was just curious when you said take precaution if there is actually something we can do to reduce
You want
the
to,
risk
scrub
of,
with a towel if you can't get under some hot soapy water as soon as possible.
Okay.
You know what I
That's
think
good
would be
for-
really cool? I think we should do a Younger Life live show live with you testing if that could be done.
I just think that's really cool.
We hired interns, so they do all the collecting of
Okay,
the
that's what I was
the
going to
water.
ask you. Cindy, please. You're the only one running all of these tests. You cannot be out there getting the samples. So thank God.
Poor
that makes so much
Cindy.
sense.
I do enjoy that when I can do it. Yeah,
I bet.
It's
I
nice
bet
to
just
get out of the
getting out
lab.
there.
Now, I know that you guys have thrown out there to the residents that are listening and viewing Younger Life today, the LaPorte County Health Department are asking you to fill out the enclosed results sheets and return it in self-addressed stamp envelopes to the department by June 10th. But you guys, all results received on or before the 10th are going to be what? You're going to enter them into a cool contest, right?
We're going to enter. Well, we'll draw one of the postcards, and if you're the winner, you're going to get a $25 gift certificate to use on any of our services here at the health department.
I
And
think
the
that's
nurses
great.
have,
Wow.
they have blood profiles. They have, vaccines, and then we have the water test here. Birth certificates, those all
That's
have a
great.
fee to them. So
It's
I could see
great.
another Younger Life live show just on the
Well, the
benefits.
health department
The health
has-
department.
I mean, honestly,
we do lots of stuff
that's
here.
it. You do. I mean, the health department has all kinds of good information. I mean, the pamphlets and stuff alone that you guys hand out, the information is just
Awesome.
it's eye-opening. There's so much of it, at
Yes.
least I think that people don't really realize, and it's nice. And these are free. That's what's amazing. These are free right now. And please test them. I think I was trying to remember how many years it's been since we've tested our water, our well water. So,
Well,
I
you
think it's a
better
good
get
idea.
in and get one.
I know, right? Now, I'm curious to know if someone has a lot of issues coming up with their water. At what point? I mean, would it be the health department that would recommend a new well, or would it be? At what point would you be concerned enough with someone's water to say, this is just shot? I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on what you're looking at. If you're getting bacteria continuously, there's probably an issue that needs to be addressed, and you would call like a well contractor.
Okay.
I mean, they would have a lot of input for you,
Okay.
especially for maintenance. I mean, there is a maintenance that a homeowner is responsible, for, and there's a whole long list.
I was thinking, I don't know that we've other than having the water tested, I don't think we've ever done anything with our well.
That's common.
I'm
Don't feel
failing.
like you're
I'm failing, apparently. I don't know.
You are so bad.
There's even more on
Mary
the to-do
Anthony.
list that I knew. So, wow. I mean, it's really interesting. And when we saw this notice about it being, National Drinking Water Week, I had never heard of it. And I didn't realize, too, that I think this is a great program. We want people to know about this. This
Yes.
is your health department is a great resource, and I think, wow, just the things you've shared with us. 10 screenings, 10 tests in this one screen is a very
Yes.
big deal. And get it while it's free. I think that's great.
Exactly. It's a $25 kit, so
Right. And I think that's fantastic.
Cindy, if you need us to talk to anybody that's higher up than that pays you, we'll make sure that
We're going to let them know you worked
You
your
are
butt
awesome.
off. Goodness.
definitely. I will call you later.
Yeah, no kidding.
Listen, we
It's
would
great.
love to do a follow-up show with you if you wouldn't mind. And quite honestly, sometime if you wouldn't mind in the summer or something, maybe follow you out and about and, kind of do that to get you out of the office. And we
Yeah.
would go out with our crew.
And get us out.
And then we'll take you out to lunch or something
We
fun.
like that
Oh, that
too.
would be awesome.
That would be fun. Now, one more time, I just want to make sure, pick up dates and hours, Monday through Friday. You said 8 a.m. to, do you guys close at 4? Would you rather
Yeah,
them come
don't
early
show up at 4
So
o'clock.
3 o'clock, 3 o'clock or so?
Yeah, about quarter till. How about
okay,
that?
okay.
3:45.
That sounds good.
Monday through Friday. LaPorte office, Michigan City office.
And
We also have a little booklet in there for like homeowners and what responsibilities for their drinking water wells. So
Okay.
that's good information.
Good deal. And what phone numbers could someone call if they have a question?
Sure. 219-326-6808, extension 2200 in LaPorte,
Okay.
and extension 7780 in Michigan City.
Okay.
You are easily the
Fantastic.
best. We thank you for your
Thank you
time.
so much,
You
Sam.
are
Oh, thank you
just a
so
breath
much.
of fresh air. Keep up the awesome work, and we'll follow up on another show with you here at Younger Life. Thank you so much.
Will
Have
do.
a great day.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Awesome
Bye.
lady. Cindy Ebert here with Younger Life. That was phenomenal information.
It is great
straight up.
information. I think it's awesome that these are free screening kits.
I
right now.
agree.
Again, it surprises me. You're always skeptical when you hear of free something, thinking, so do we have to pay to have someone come out and fix it, or
Mm-hmm.
pay to have? But this isn't. It's just free kits. Test your own. You do it yourself, and obviously, then if there is a positive result, they can send you in the right direction, or at least give you information to someone that can help
To
you.
celebrate National Drinking Water Week.
Drinking water week.
Okay, real quick, if you want the LaPorte County Health Department offices, I'm just going to run through those if you don't
Sure.
mind. LaPorte office, of course, at 809 State Street on the 4th floor, and the county complex in LaPorte, Indiana, of course, 219-326-6808, extension 2200, and Michigan City office is 302 West 8th Street. That is in Michigan City, Indiana, 219-874-5611, extension 7780. And you were really cute when you said, so, like, what time could we show up till? And she's like, quarter till.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's kind of cool because obviously you have to get the kit.
Well, that's it. That's why
get
I was saying.
stuff.
When she said 8 to 4, I kept thinking, I thought they left at 4.
Yeah.
There's no way.
And,
Hey,
it's a county office.
that's it.
So
I don't
they're
care
gone at
where you
4.
work.
Right.
When it's 5 till closing, no matter where you work,
You're right.
someone comes, you're thinking, get out.
Look at how politically
the last
correct
thing
she
you want to
is.
do is, yeah, I know she was so sweet about that. But
Awesome. Totally great. So that's, and I think that presentation of that really particular thing, people knowing too about the lakes, the inland lakes, as she would say, which I think is phenomenal. This information, wait till you see this breakdown because
Mm-hmm.
we've used it for years here. When they send that stuff over,
Yeah.
we'll literally run through every stop from
I think
stop
that's
one in
amazing.
Michigan City all the way, Mary, through Michigan City, Long Beach, all the way down.
well,
and then
even
the inland lakes as
that's
well.
what I was going to say. And
Love
even the
that.
public pools that they
Yeah.
test that often is a big deal. You know what? One thing I didn't think to ask her, I wonder if someone could actually pay to have their own private pool tested. I know my parents have a pool and they do their own.
I've got a kit
like
that
their
I
own-
used to have with ours.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
know.
They do like for the pH and
Absolutely,
and
the
stuff
little
like
droppers.
That, so,
And that's
yeah.
what people were asking, is it basically the same thing? But really all you're doing is you're taking, I'm assuming, the water and putting it into...
That's what it
you're
sounds
sending
like,
it to them.
especially when she said that it can be a color code. So
Right.
you're basically seeing, if it falls in this level, it's going to have a reaction that's going to
Yes.
tell you at least it's present, if nothing else. That's what it sounds like to me. So I think it's great. Some issues with water, I've wondered, and these are very common. This is from the CDC, Center for Disease Control. Just some questions about commonly asked questions. It says, what types of health issues are related to water quality? So, of course, they're worried about contaminants. And, the very first thing you do think about is E. coli or lead. But a lot of these contaminants in our water can actually lead to many health issues, gastrointestinal illnesses, reproductive problems, which shocked me.
Blows
that was
me
one
away.
I had not seen coming. Neurological disorders, again, I see that with lead. I can understand that with lead contamination. So that one didn't completely shock me. But obviously infants, young children, all of these things, pregnant women, elderly. If they're immunocompromised, they're on medications that suppress their immune system, they run a risk of all kinds of issues. If your water has contaminants, it doesn't even have to be, staggering levels either. That's why it's important to make sure that you are testing. Again, Cindy at the health department recommended you should run a bacteria test once a year. And I believe she said it was the pesticide for nitrates and, different nitrates, I think she said, from the pesticides every 3 years. So another is, how do you know if your drinking water is safe? Get a free kit, at least for right
I was
now.
going to say, get a freaking kit. I'm like,
No, get a free kit.
The other thing that I wanted to throw out there was a couple of really cool things. all natural bodies of water, thank you, Sanders, of water contain microscopic organisms.
Right.
The area is monitored for, as we had mentioned, but I want to throw this out there because when you hear the word E. coli, I cringe.
I do too.
I just freak out.
That's
I'm
why I
just like,
cringe
"Ugh."
talking about water in the mouth. It's why I joke and say it's dirty butt water. But go
Right,
ahead.
dirty butt water. E.
It's
coli
like the
bacteria.
kids.
And you say that's so nice.
I say the kids, it's dirty butt water. Keep it out of your
Okay.
mouth.
Well, it's an indicator of possible presence of human health risks if bacteria levels are above state health standards. An advisory or closure sign. Now, there's a plethora of signs, and I know folks were asking about that because
Right.
I know I've seen that. I'm going to scroll right up to the top there, Sanders, if you don't mind popping all the way up. Right there. IDEM's Lake Michigan Beach program uses a stoplight color coding system, for our backyard for all notification activities. Red signs and flags signal that the beach is closed for swimming. And I
Right.
just want to remind folks about this because we're in the season.
And why it's important to follow those advisories. I
Agreed.
mean, Cindy said herself, they don't want to close the beach. So they will do everything they can to make sure they don't have to. But they also are required to let us know. And so if it's closed for a reason. And, again, you're not going to be arrested, but it is not a good idea for your health, literally, to get in that water, at that point.
I am so with you. And you've got the yellow and the gold signs. Well, as a parent, when you talk about being with your mom and dad, your sister, you've got 40 people with you and you're at a party function. Families are bonding. You're in the lake, you're in the water, you're in the inland lakes, you're swimming.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to worry about is a problem. And
Absolutely.
those problems can result in A, B, and C. And
I know drowning is always the biggest concern. So
Agreed.
that is, as a parent, you're always paranoid and on edge, especially in a lake issue. A pool is scary, but pool's a lot easier to see and count your kids.
You're absolutely
the
right.
lake is a little scarier when there's that many of you, but it doesn't have to be. So we've discussed drowning before. As summer approaches, I'm pretty sure we'll probably do some more safe swimming.
Well, I
stuff,
would
but-
love to go out on the lake. I would
Absolutely.
love to go to some of these inland lakes and do shows.
We had a very, very thoughtful and considerate invitation from the fire department when we were there last.
Absolutely.
They have a little rescue boat. And said we would, obviously they get busier and busier. Of course, occasionally on the ice, but they get busier and busier as the weather gets nicer. And said we would take you out on the boats. I think we need to take them up on that,
Yes.
But of course, drowning is always the biggest concern when your kids are there. But these, it's such a blessing, really, that they test this water so often, so we know it's not always just drowning that can hurt your child in the water. You can have some of these issues that can lead to some serious health concerns. We're not talking just have an upset stomach for a couple days. There are some serious, lasting health conditions that can result in poor water, or contaminated water, whether it be your lakes or your wells, or anything that you're going to be in. So I think it's important. It's great information. And
I want to throw this out there
Please.
too. Someone had asked too, just to kind of describe some of the things that you may find. We're talking about, and we're just, this is an adult show. We try to educate you, but this is very serious, this issue, when it comes to stuff in the water, E. coli,
Yeah.
it's a dirty water. Animal and human waste.
Of course.
Contain disease-causing organisms that may survive in the marine waters, basically posing a risk to all of us, to human health. The waste comes from a number of different sources. You were talking about some of the internal stuff. So if you ingest or you rub your eyes or it
Right.
gets in your skin, she brings up a good point, because how many times through the years we've witnessed it, we may have even gone through it, where you're jumping in a lake.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Lake Michigan or an inland lake, and you get out and you literally dry off, put on your shirt, comb your hair.
Please,
and
always.
And everybody
That's
does
how
that.
you do, especially when you're
Yeah.
we're lucky enough to live on lakes
I
and water.
agree.
That's how we do things. But that's again why they test so often. And if it is at an advisory level,
Right.
take those precautions, which was interesting. I wasn't sure if that was something prior to getting in or post being in the water. And as Cindy said, after you get out, make sure you rinse off well with a little friction. You know.
Let me ask you, but at a lot of these, at the pools, you can
Yeah.
do that. But at a lake, unless you go into a bathroom situation where and this is functioning shower heads or
Yeah.
like a stall.
There are some
type apparatus.
some outdoor shower,
A bathhouse.
Yeah, at some places.
Right.
But she did point out. I like that she pointed this out
Agreed.
because that's not as practical. I mean, it's not as common for you to be able to do. But she said even if you take your towel and vigorously wipe your skin off as much as you can until you can shower. That will at least remove some of the bacteria that is
And
on
I think
there
that's
right
a
now.
great idea.
So I think it's a great point. Very, very good tip. As far as our drinking water is concerned, with wells, which is what they're, again, it's National Drinking Water Week, that how do these contaminants get into our well? Some of these are naturally occurring chemicals and minerals, like radon. I didn't realize could get naturally into your well, and uranium, it said. I don't know how. I'm literally reading from the CDC website thinking, wow, I really need to go pick up a kit. It's been at least a couple years, but we have fabulous water and everything came back good. But you're not always going to know just by taste or color.
You're
That's
right.
what's scary.
You're right. Could be that silent
Mm-hmm.
problem.
Local land practices, which we already are aware of, pesticides, fertilizers, livestock, can all, if there's something going on with your well, can all find a way in. Sewer overflows or issues with sewage, if they're not, I know that there are there are actually guidelines. It's not recommendations. There are requirements to be certain, feet apart, whatever. Anyways, if you have one that's malfunctioning and you don't know it, it could creep into the well, which again, you're not really going to know. And that is very scary. At that point, once you've had a problem, you've probably been ingesting it for a while and is detrimental to your health.
I think of that as a father, but as a person too.
As a grown-up, gross. No, thank you.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like unbelievable.
So it really is an amazing thing that the health department is giving these kits out. You know what I mean? So take advantage of that now. And again, be thankful for the city water that is tested so frequently. I didn't realize that. I think
How
that's
about this
fantastic.
one? Someone just chimed in on the instant text and said, love the show today. A lot of great information. But have you guys ever thought about carrying an extra bottle of water, at least to rinse your face and your skin? Now that is a great idea. I mean, just like literally pouring water on yourself.
Clean water. You're rinsing yourself
like a
off.
bottled water.
That's a great idea.
That's an awesome idea. Excellent.
Yeah, thanks for that tip. I'll have to make sure. And you know what? That would be nice to bring and mark that one so no one drinks that or grabs that one out of the, cooler or whatever you have with you. You know what I mean? So that's a good point. Again, so as far as the lakes go, though, we hear how often now they're tasted. Please make sure you follow those guidelines. This was an interesting fact I liked. This is a very common question on the CDC. Who should I contact if my water has a funny smell, taste, or appearance?
Like eggs.
Yeah, that's very common. It really is,
What do you mean it's
especially
common? Like when you turn on that, I don't like that. It's gross.
Oh, yeah, it is gross.
What is that from?
But
it smells like bad eggs.
Well, it's sulfur, I'm assuming, but it isn't. I don't know that it's.
Is there a way to get rid of that?
I don't know. That's interesting. We thankfully do not have that, but I know lots of people that have well water have that issue.
Could you imagine having someone over to your house and say,
No.
would you like a glass of water?
You want some stank water? No, thank you.
You want some stank?
You're gonna say no.
You
Thank
could get
you.
away with that. I would get yelled at.
I would never say that at someone's house. No, but it does say a change in your water's taste, color, or smell is not necessarily a health concern, which is interesting because that you would think, oh, that's when I will call if there was something like that, but that doesn't always mean that there's an issue. It can be completely, your water could seem unchanged and still be contaminated. So occasionally some of these changes can signify a problem. If you do notice a change in your water
Yes.
that you've never had before, it'd be different if you always had that, from the time you moved there. But otherwise, if that's a new change, you definitely should contact the health department, at least have them guide you where else you need to go.
I just see you at my house going stank water. Hey, one of the other things I wanted to throw out, you
Please.
just said contaminated water on a
Yes.
serious note. Radon gas just pulled it
Yeah.
up, our tech producer. It's a basically a proven threat, but it isn't just toxic while it's airborne. It says, did you know that radon can also contaminate your water supply?
Right.
If this contaminated water is then ingested, this is the question that I had, it could actually lead to cancer, according to this
Wow.
report, specifically stomach cancer. It says the number of deaths caused by radon contaminated water is about 92% less than the number of deaths being caused by airborne radon, making waterborne radon less of a concern
Yeah.
to homeowners. However, it is still highly encouraged that water supplies be tested for radon. And I think that's great information.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Well, that was when I was reading on the CDC on how that's a naturally occurring contaminant. That's scary because we know radon can kill you, but also
I've always heard of radon related, not to interrupt, but radon related to homes.
Right,
Have you
air.
right.
Like they're talking about air.
Right.
And it's nice to know that it's significantly lower in water contamination, but it's still an issue. So these tests, I think, are pretty valuable of a lesson, really, to find out
There's
you can
a
do
massive
that.
amount of radon stuff linked to cancer.
I know there is. It's
And
scary
radon
because
being
it
a
is something
byproduct.
you don't even know. That's not going to be because your water is, stinky or it's. I know my parents have a lot of iron in their water,
Mm-hmm.
so their water.
So is that the stuff that makes your water turn yellow?
Yes, and
Yeah.
so they have to have a water softener to help correct that and balance that out. So, I know that's not radon though. You're not going to see it or smell it or taste it. That's the
Right.
scary thing. That's why it's important to make sure you test your. Same with E. coli. You're not going to know it. You're not going to know it's that you're being contaminated. It just is contaminated and you're ingesting. I mean, again, think of how much you use water for everything. I mean, it's definitely scary. So test it if you can. And right now is a great time. Well, they're free
Mrs.
kits.
Anthony, would you like a cup of water? No, I don't want none of your
I'll
stank
pass.
water.
No, I'm kidding. I think it's a great idea.
Great information, though,
Mm-hmm.
on a serious note, just family to family. And just as you evolve from spring into summer, and then
Mm-hmm.
make yourself cognizant of the stuff that's out there, surround yourself with good information. We feel that bringing this to light,
It's
at
all
least
about
today,
our.
it really is.
Our show. We're always looking at wellness and different ways to find balance.
Right.
And this is a perfect example of wellness. This is vital to your health.
Oh,
and,
I so agree.
And you know what? Being that very much of our community is country, so we are on a lot of our community is well water. And
Ty, what also Cindy had brought up to us too, we are in a huge area of the Midwest where it's
Right.
farming and
Yeah.
obviously the lakes, but just think about the farming aspect of it and the tie-ins there.
the
you're
pesticides
really-
and stuff.
exactly,
It's
right.
extremely important to make sure that our water's tested if you do have well water. If you have city water, there are still kits. This is not one of these kits. You will not get a free
Right.
kit for this, but there are still kits if you're concerned. But city water's tested. I believe she said daily, which I was shocked that she said that.
I think that's phenomenal.
But it makes sense, and I think that that's fantastic. So if you do have a well, please, between now and until they run out, there are free testing kits at the LaPorte County Health Department, LaPorte office, and Michigan City office.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick those up for free Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till about 3:45, she said, because they do close at 4. So they'd like to have everybody out of there by then.
Yes.
I like that she pointed out, too, if you are, say you're picking one up for a neighbor or something, you're able to do that. They're going to allow you to do that. They won't allow you to take any more than 2. And they're please be honest. They're asking you to
she was
please be
so
honest.
cute when
I
she
mean,
says, listen, we're on that honest thing.
we're on the honesty thing, and I love that.
Which I think is the way it should be
it's-
in
I love that.
our
And
community.
That's it, and I think that says a lot for our community. That's nice. I even said you have to have a valid ID. She said no, and I think that's
I could
beautiful.
totally see you going back out to your car and put on an old lady wig.
Yeah, right. I'll take 2 more.
Excuse me, ma'am, where do you live?
Yeah.
By the way, those addresses
I think
for
that's
you.
great.
That is awesome. The LaPorte office is 809 State Street on the 4th floor. And then, of course, the Michigan City office in Indiana is 302 West 8th Street. We do have numbers for you. Again, the LaPorte office, 219-326-6808, extension 2200. And on the Michigan City front, 219-874-5611, extension 7780. Great pickup there. And we will keep you updated. Again, the LaPorte County Health Department offering free well water screening kits to our county residents with well water. The test screens well water for about 10 different things, as you had mentioned, including bacteria and pesticides. We feel that this is a great way. And as we were chatting in our meetings with our producers, everybody at the same time was like, this is a great set of information for the lakes, for all the stuff going on at the beaches, for the water that we ingest, for the kits themselves. It really can help make a difference in your life straight out.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
can find out things. And I would be very curious to actually take a trip with you and a camera crew, if you wouldn't mind, and go to your well and,
Watch there be all kinds of things wrong. Well, that would be so embarrassing.
that'd be great. I think that'd be fun.
I just think
it'd be a great
I
idea.
think it really is a great idea. I'm pretty confident about our own water just because I know we've tested it. But
What would be your name if you were an old lady?
Oh, I
if
don't
you
even
had that
know.
costume. Maybelline?
there we go. I don't know.
Hey, I want to throw this out there before we hit the back end of the show. As we were jumping into the show, Sanders, of course, our executive producer with our new intern here for the summer, Jackie, they're doing a great job. They had great information, all that fun stuff. We were chatting and in walked our very own Jackie from the Jackie Jenny Dwayne soiree, and she brought us in these wonderful jams. Talk about the jams she brought in.
She makes her own and freezes them,
Healthy.
and they're healthy. You know, her husband's diabetic,
Yes.
so she makes things with no sugar. And I think she said she uses stevia is what she uses,
Yes.
but much more healthy. And she said they're so simple to make, and she freezes them. And she brought in, I think she said it was strawberry, peach, I believe, and then the other one was pear. I just want to eat them with a spoon. I don't
wanna try
even
it?
want to.
Want to try it?
I don't even need it on.
Cut to a single shot of Mary Anthony.
I don't
Single
even.
shot.
No, I don't even
Yes.
need it on toast. I just like it sounds
Yeah.
good. It was so thoughtful of her, and she just popped in, and I think that's great. She does so much better.
You want to come in, Jackie, and come on. Come on. Jackie, come on in. Sanders, come on in. Here you go. You look at this. Okay, back to a twofer. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do this. Oh, this looks good. And I know she said it's frozen for right now, but that's
Even better.
Frozen.
See, it's
That's
you know
a
what it's.
treat.
It is a treat, right? Isn't it almost like a little,
Okay, we got
like
that
one of
thing.
those fruit bars?
Okay, you
You know what I mean? Like those frozen, like
Yes.
Schwann's fruit bars.
That's
That's what it looks like to me. I'm like, ooh.
On camera, of course, our new intern Jackie. Wave to the camera. Woo, woo, woo. Sanders, everybody knows you
Thank
and
you.
loves you. Okay, so what we'll do is, so take a spoonful, then pass it along. That way, no one's double dipping or whatever we call
Oh yeah,
it.
perfect.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so go for it. Look at Jackie's like, this is awesome. Okay,
Are we all ingesting at the same
Are we,
time?
are we
Yes.
cheersing and going for it?
okay. This is going to be exciting. I can tell you, this is fun.
Big moment here.
Okay.
All right,
Oh
are
my
you
gosh, it
guys-
smells good.
It smells heavenly. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Younger Life Live debuts. Here we go.
I just could eat it.
You can eat that just like that.
I could
Let me turn
literally
your
just
mics on
eat it.
here. There you
Yeah,
go.
you can eat that. You can eat that just like that.
Yeah.
That
Yum.
to me was freaking incredible. Let's go for the next one.
We need new spoons.
Okay.
New spoons.
Look, I'm so not a germaphobe. Okay,
No,
whatever.
like-
you know that.
We have to
Communicable.
do this because
WIMS E. coli. It's,
We really are family.
Yeah. It's,
ladies first.
All right.
This one's really frozen.
Yeah, that's good.
I think
All
she
right,
said
there we
this.
go.
She
That
said
one
this
got top
one
shelf.
is your. She said this one is best guess, but
Look
I think
at-
it's pear.
Sanders
Best
is
guess.
Sanders is like me. I'm like I'm going for
This
like
one's
a giant.
deep. Yeah, I'm going deep.
This
man.
one's peach. It's peach.
Okay.
It smell. I smell it. It's peach.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Let me
peach. Yum.
You guys
There
ready?
you go.
1, 2, 3. Oh my wow.
Jackie, these are so good. I could mix them together and just eat it.
I like the first one, but I like this one better.
Oh my gosh.
This is
you guys.
delicious.
What did you think,
Is there
Jackie?
more? Because
I like it.
I know, right?
it's gonna
There's a
get
lot
better and
more.
better every
Oh
time.
my
we
gosh. I could so just, like you said, I could
Eat it.
literally eat this by itself.
Yeah, me too. I don't even need toast. See?
See?
Look, thanks, Jackie. I just eliminated my own some
There,
carbs.
you have no carbs on this one. See,
These are the perks of being on
Toastless
Younger Life,
toast.
Jackie.
Right?
Toastless
arrived.
toast.
You made it.
Yeah,
All right.
it's good. Thank you so much, Jackie. That
Jackie,
was nice.
thank you. And now this
Delicious.
is the heart. I'll tell you what's going to happen right now. We're going to cut to going back into our normal programming, and we're going to all go out there and just eat the
Just
rest.
eat
of
It'll be
it.
gone. Your jars will be here, cleaned out.
Yeah. Aren't you supposed to fill them properly out of respect with something?
Yeah.
I'll fill them with water.
there you go. Warm,
Healthy
soapy
water.
There you are. Warm, soapy water.
Jackie, which one did you like better?
The peach.
Okay, back.
Yeah.
Sanders, you got
Peach.
20 seconds.
Peach.
Peach.
I love strawberries. I can eat the whole thing.
Okay, so I was going to say I'm going to go with both of them, but I really, if
They're
I had to
both
choose one,
delicious.
strawberry.
Really?
Big round of applause
Split
for
room,
Jackie.
split room, yeah.
Do you know how good
I'm
those
Rick
would
Federici.
be? I'm Mary Anthony.
Bye, guys. See ya.
Do you know how good that would be on vanilla frozen yogurt?
Oh,
Yum.
so good.
AM 1420, WIMS, Michigan City, a Girard Media Company station.
CBS News, I'm Steve Kathan. Can pregnant women be getting too much of a good thing if they take folic acid to prevent some birth defects? CBS's Barry